Great Monday morning, you all. How are you all doing? Happy Monday. This is your girl, Shan. I hope and pray that each and every one of you all had an amazing weekend. Like I always say, relax, got away, did something that was peaceful, okay? But let me go ahead and get into the church announcements. Yes, me and Mr. King are back after our 2-week break, much needed break. And it's interesting that our topic for tonight's show is going to be what it is, but exhausted and still expected to perform. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Exhausted and still expected to perform. Listen, if I don't hear anything else, my husband as well, and it's interesting, everybody is saying, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I need to take a nap. I need to get somewhere and lay down. And so that's in general. But have you all ever asked yourself, how does that affect my marriage? Okay, now singles, you guys can go ahead and come on in. Y'all know, y'all go ahead and come on in. You can say these gems and nuggets for that day of when you get married. Good morning, beautiful. But hey, I'm just saying, you know, you're always welcome. Thank you, girl. Okay, so let me stay focused. But tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, if you are in the Central Texas area, you can listen on KRGN 98.5 FM The Rock. If you are listening nationally and internationally, a huge shout out to all our international listeners. Listen, we be on Google. Like, where is this located in the world? And we've been to many places, so shout out to you all. But you can go to prosperitybroadcasting.net. And if you desire to watch the show, you can type in Marriage Mondays with the Kings on YouTube, and you will see our YouTube channel. We are asking that everyone subscribe, okay? All the YouTube logins you got, go and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000. I don't like to say followers. I don't like that word, but we would like to have 1,000 people subscribe to our page by December. That is our goal. However, this morning, let me go ahead and get into it. I tried not to speak about this, but it's something that God has continuously placed on my heart, so I need to speak about it. And this may not very well be your case, but today what I'll be speaking about this morning is mother-daughter wounds. I think that's what the title is. If not, I'm going to go back and change it, but that's what it's supposed to be. Mother-daughter wounds. Okay. There are a lot of grown women that are walking around right now who are daughters, and you and your mother do not have a relationship. That's what I'm speaking about on this morning. And it is very devastating. First, let me start off by saying this. For those of you who have/had an amazing mother, that was a true blessing. But there are a lot who did not. And one of the things that I'm seeing and have seen over the years is that those who have a good relationship or had a good relationship, if your mother is gone on to glory, as we say, with their moms, would speak harshly against those who did not. Well, what did you do wrong? Why is it that you and your mother don't talk? Then you have family members that will tell you it is your responsibility as the daughter to go and fix whatever the issue is, because the family members see the strain instead of some of the family members will go and ask and say, what's the problem between the two of you? Like, why are you all not tight? Like, what's going on? And so I'm sharing this on this morning because that is a devastating feeling, to be a daughter and not know why your mother wants no dealings with you. I'm not trying to open up any negative feelings or anything on this morning, but it's very devastating. Think about it, especially for those of us who are mothers. When you birth a child, like, that's the closest relationship that you can have. You hear me? Because we carry that child around in us for 9+ months. Some people go a little longer than that. You are carrying that child. Your body is nurturing that child, whether it be boy, girl, if you've ever been pregnant before and birthed a child. So that connection is strong. And then that bond when you have the child. And if the child is nursing and you're caring for the child, generally it's the mom that's doing that. So fast forward to your 20s, 30, 40, 50, you're a whole grown woman now. And you still are wrestling with the brokenness of the bond that should be happening of a mother and daughter relationship. Now, before I get too kind of sad in this, and it sounds really sappy, what I would encourage daughters in this to do, the broken little child in you, no matter how old you get, still wants that relationship with your mother. However, the reality is, and we encourage individuals walk in reality. The reality is, if you don't have it, that a lot of daughters beat themselves up. And what goes through their mind is, why am I not good enough? Why does my mother not like me? Why am I not, why my mom doesn't care for me, but then are super close with my siblings? That really hurts, because you're trying to set up here like, why? Like, what did I do? And let me tell you where I see this the most. Where I see this the most is where the daughter that the mom does not have a relationship with is the oldest child. That's where I see this the most. I happened to be in the same room with 3 women that this was their situation. Oldest daughter, oldest granddaughter, oldest niece. They're the oldest of all of those categories. And the conversation came up. And of course, with me being a counselor, naturally, so people ask me, what do I think about it? Now, this was not a counseling session. I don't do that. But I'm often asked, as a counselor, what do you think about this? The first thing that I shared with the young lady who asked me is, it is not your fault. Now, there are some broken relationships between mother and daughter that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking to specifically the ones that the daughter didn't do anything wrong and the mother was continuously trying and she just had to give it to God and take her hands off of it. I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about the daughter didn't do anything wrong. And so I shared with the young lady, I said, it is not your fault. So for those of you who are listening on this morning and you are carrying this mother-daughter wound, this is what I need you to understand. And you didn't do anything wrong, but try to love your mama and desire that your mom loves you the way that she loves everybody else, or the way that she may front out in the community and say, well, I don't have any issues with my daughter. I don't know what the problem is. It's not just you, baby. It is not just you. This mother-daughter broken bond, okay, can seem like it's very isolated. And the daughter will walk around like, why? Embarrassment is number one, because you can't put a finger on why my mother do not like me. Like, why my mother do not communicate and deal with me. Like, what did I do? I've asked this question a million times over. There have been some daughters who have shared with me in this situation that as long as they were buying their mom everything, taking her on vacations, basically treating your mama like your mama's your man. Come on, somebody. Y'all know I keep it a buck. Like your mom's your man, then you in good graces with your mama. But when you can't afford to do that anymore, then your mama throw you away like a man. Okay, no, not. I'm just saying. Some of y'all can, you know what I'm talking about on this morning. But that's the first thing I would say, baby, it's not your fault. It is not your fault. And I want to say the individual group that I was speaking to, and that this has been an ongoing conversation. I speak to old classmates, not in the counseling room. I haven't seen this, and I wouldn't bring it forward if I did. But this is a real thing. You are not alone, okay? Now, I'm not going to say this is the case, but I've really been thinking on this. Like, why is it like this? And I'm always looking at everything as a counselor from the root. What is the root cause of this? So what I'm noticing in the conversations that I've had with the women over the past, I don't know how many years. I'm talking about 10, 15 years. I say probably 15. My husband's been retired for 15 years. The conversation I've had, generally the daughters are in my age group, generally. And the mom is the generation, of course, before. Now, let's look at those two generations. And Kenya and I have spoke about this on one of our shows. If you missed it, go to our YouTube channel to watch that show. But our generation are starting to go to counseling. We're starting to get help and healing and desiring to heal wholly. That's why me and my husband, not just because we're counselors, listen, we've been through there's some things listen, every counselor need a counselor. I have a counselor. I love going to go see my counselor. Okay. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I just be sitting there just happy, because I know I'm going to do some work towards my growth and my healing. That's why I get excited. That's why I like to see my therapist. So anyway, with that being said, a lot of us will carry that broken wound throughout our lives. A lot of us as daughters, I've seen go get the help and go get the healing. But the mothers, a lot of the mothers come from that generation. And think about it, where you don't open up and talk. You don't open up and share your emotions and your feelings. You don't go to counseling, especially in the Black community. And I'm going to talk about the Black community because, like I said last week, if y'all missed that, I'm Black. So I can't do nothing but speak about what goes on in the Black community. So, and I'm not knocking any other community. It's not about you. Okay? It is not about you. So with that being said, these are some of the things that we see. And in the generation before us, and even in our generation, if you don't go get the help, the healing, you know, to be whole and grow into what God has created for you to be, that pride comes in. I'm not going to admit that I'm wrong. Can you, if you are in this situation, and you do not have to put it in the comments, but you know, doggone good and well, if you go to your mama probably 9 times out of 10 is not going to truly admit from a healed place her wrongs. Okay, your mom probably can't even tell you why she does not have a relationship with you, why she has treated you badly from the other siblings or whatever the case may be, why she's basically shunned you. Okay, she probably can't even gather the words to even say, because a lot of the times if she gathered the words, she'll realize that it's not actually you, it's her. And how many mothers who operate in the spirit of pride are willing to admit it? You know what, baby? It's actually me. It wasn't you. I apologize. Because that's what the broken little girl wants to hear in the daughter is your mom apologize sincerely, not with a sarcastic, that's just how I am. This is how I'm going to always be. Don't nobody want to hear that. So what happens in a lot of times, the daughter go and look for love. Because think about that maternal bond. You don't have that maternal bond. So think about the younger years. As a daughter, you was probably out there trying to get love, or what you thought to be love, any way that you can get it. Any way that you can get it. And instead of people recognizing in you, oh, she's just searching for love, you get called all the bad names, and then your prideful mom is sitting up here co-signing it and saying, see, I told you it was her. I told you. No, listen, go get the help that you need, daughter. Go get the help that you need. Don't allow yourself to be a 30, 40, 50, 60, 20 something for that matter, woman. And you're walking around with this wound that you are carrying that you did not create. You did not break the bond. A lot of times people have asked me just my thoughts. Like, who am I, right? But they just asked me my thoughts. I'm a very deep intellectual thinker because I like to get to the root of things. And they'll say, Shan, why do you think this is? Like, why do you think? And I'm like, I don't know. So I bounced the question back on them. In your situation and circumstance, the reason why I always ask that question is because everybody's situation and circumstance is not the same. And we as a people need to quit putting everybody in the same group. Just because one person deal with it that way does not mean that that's this person's testimony. Stop doing that. When we sit down and we actually have conversation with people, and we really get to know who they are and what they've been through. Because, baby, when people sit down, they have a conversation with me. Shan, why are you the way that you are? Most people start crying. And I'm like, what are you crying for? Not that they're connecting. They are, I forget the term right now, but they are sympathizing with me. Or whatever, or in some cases, empathizing is another word. Those are the words with me, and they'll start crying. And when I ask them, why are you crying? They'll say, like the old folks used to say, you don't look like what you've been through. I feel bad that you went through that, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, it's okay. God has brought me through. All glory be to the Most High. You see what I'm saying? But for a lot of other people, so let's get back to the mother-daughter dynamic. When a daughter does not have that maternal bond with her mother, not only do she sometimes go and seek love. So for some of you all who see this in your nieces, your own daughters, or whatever the case may be, not only do she go seek love, she may do a downward spiral, fall into depression easily, on alcohol, on drugs. We're so quick to talk and put our mouth on people in their situations, but we don't stop and ask them their situations. We're quick to judge, but the Bible tells us not to judge, not lest ye be judged, right? So when I sit down and I throw that question back to the daughter and I say, well, what do you think it is in your specific situation? And they say, well, Shan, you know what? I don't really know. But what's been told to me from people who's observed it from the outside looking in, they say they think my mom is jealous of me. And I'm like, well, what reason? Because that's something I just don't understand and can't fathom. Why a mother would want to be jealous of her own daughter. Because I came up seeing, and most of you all that's my age as well, came up seeing that you had parents that want their children to excel far beyond where they excelled. Where I only went this far in life, but I want you to hypothetically stand on my shoulders and be able to see higher heights and see visions afar. And I want you to excel further than me. There should never be any parent where you jealous of your own kid. Because if you are, and you're not going to admit it, because how dumb does that sound? Let's just be honest. But if you are, you need to go and get some help. Because why would you be jealous of the very child or children that you birthed? You should be a proud parent to know that they are excelling and that they are doing amazingly. But in a situation where for 2 of the 3 women that was sitting under that same roof, where I was like, wow, they were oldest daughters and they have these mother-daughter wounds. A couple of the ladies have went on and they've excelled in life, married. They living an amazing life. They have an amazing husband who's taking good care of, her and taking good care of their family that they've created together. And the mom is not in that situation, not in that type of relationship with a man. Okay. So jealousy is one of the main factors, common factors that I've heard spoken when speaking to different women. Now, daughters, let me come back to you. This is what I would encourage you to do. I've already said, go to counseling and get some help. Okay. Go get some help so you can heal. This is one of probably the toughest wounds that you can heal from. Okay. It's not an easy feat because you have to get out of what did I do wrong as a child. Okay. There are a lot of grown adults that are saying, I didn't ask to be here. None of us asked to be here. That was the parents' decision, whether they made a conscious decision or not. I didn't ask to be here. So why am I get treated like garbage in the family? And we're not even going to speak about that broken, bitter mom who has this broken bond with their daughter, and they manipulate the family and turn the family against the daughter. And it's not until the family falls back, they go get their own healing, and that they start to look at the situation from a different lens as like, yo, all this time I thought it was you, but it was your mama. I thought it was you because why did you think it was me? Uncle, cousin, auntie, grandma, whatever, because your mama said. See, that's problem number 1. You're not getting both sides of the story. Okay, you're making judgment off of the individual that you're allowing to manipulate you in the family. I've seen mothers that are manipulative to the point, which is also known as a form of witchcraft, to where they will turn the other kids against that child. So that child, that daughter, is out there on the island all by herself. And then the children, her siblings, don't want anything to do with her, and they generally don't speak to her again until after the mother has died. The mother's passed on or whatever. Then that's when they want to start forming a relationship. If you are a sibling and you notice that this is happening, baby, go get you some healing. You being manipulated. Your play cousin, Shan, your auntie, whatever, is telling you the truth. Your mom's manipulating you. Why would a mom want to manipulate anyone? There are manipulative women out there. I don't care if it's a mama or wife or whatever. And if you're not walking with the Most High and connected spiritually, you're not going to see it. You're going to allow yourself to be manipulated. How many times in families in your past, you can see it right now in your family? Okay? Where you like, hold on, I want you, we're not judging families, but just sit back, shut up. Remember, I always say that, and observe. And look at your family dynamic. We wonder why families don't get together like they used to back in the day when we had family reunions and different things like that. 9 times out of 10, you might not have one woman in your family like this, but if you come from a matriarchal system where the women are running everything, that's what that means, maternal matriarch. Matriarch is women. Maternal system that are running everything, baby. They control who date who marry who having a baby with who, and then their lives are jacked up. Sit back and observe. You can pinpoint who the manipulator is in y'all's family, whether you want to say something or not. But back to the daughter. Please, for the love of all things holy, if you are in this situation where you have a damaged mother-daughter wound, maternal wound, you don't know why your mama can't stand you. You don't know why your mama be speaking against you and you don't speak against your mama. You haven't even made it known that you and your mama's in this type of relationship. When you and your mama come around each other, you be cordial and you force a smile, okay? Because we're still under that. We don't disrespect our parents and everything like that, you know, because that's only going to make situations worse when your family, because your mama's telling everybody is you. So when you come and act a fool, you further are spreading that narrative. You are solidifying that narrative. So go get that help. But let me tell you something, sis. If you have a daughter or daughters, please don't allow this generational curse to pass through you down to your daughters. Be to your daughters what you always desired that your mother was to you. Okay? That's another thing that I've seen in the commonality of this for those who are in my age group, that they have mother-daughter maternal wounds, is that their relationship with their daughter or daughters is amazing. Amazing. You hear me? So kudos to you, daughter, who did not allow this generational curse to pass down through you to the next generation. You be the mama that you always wanted. Don't smother your child. Don't manipulate your daughter. Let her live her life. Be a support. It's hard when you're trying to figure out how to be a mother when that wasn't modeled for you in a healthy way. But I'm telling you, go get that help that you need and go before the Father. Go before the Most High and let the Most High lead you in this area. Don't allow your heart to be hardened, because this brokenness in this maternal daughter, mom-daughter bond can mess up your marriage. It can mess up relationships that you have with women. I will hear women say this. I don't fool with women. I don't deal with females. I don't deal with females. Well, why you don't deal with females? The root of it is because your mama don't deal with you. That's what it is. You can't trust the relationship that you don't have with your mother. Therefore, you don't trust the relationships that you could potentially have with other women who could be a blessing to you, who could teach you. And this is another thing I'm hearing, because mom never taught the daughter anything. The daughter is out here trying to get it out the mud. She's trying to learn how to be a woman. You were never taught the basics. What it is to have a cycle. Just what it is to be a young lady, how to carry yourself, how to cleanse your own body. Little different things that your mom should have taught you. But then because your mama can't stand you. Okay, that's harsh. I know you like, dang, Shan, it's too early in the morning on a Monday morning. Baby, y'all know I'm gonna put it out there. But no, if you are still walking around in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, especially 40s, 50s, 60s, and you cooped up and you hurt and you all that, free yourself. Free yourself by going to get the help. You're gonna cry. It's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? But then when you do the work and you free yourself and you walk in healing and wholeness, and your relationships around you are maturing, and whatever the case may be, only thing you can do is just pray for your mother. Just pray for your mother. Pray for her. But you allow that burden to be released off of you. Okay? Don't let it continue through your generations. I've already identified those of us in this generation are the game changers in your families. Okay? We are the ones that's out here doing the work. We are the ones that's identifying. This is why I believe that the Most High allowed me to come and speak, because we got to first identify that thing before we change it. We can't continue to go on to get along and then hope and pray. And I'm praying to God and God ain't changing the situation because God wants you to move. That's why. But don't allow your marriage to be damaged. Don't put yourself down and act like you're not good enough, because you are. Husbands, if you are married to your wife is in this situation, the best thing you can do is listen to her. Don't try to solve her problems. Shut up and listen. Listen to her. Support her. Okay? Support her. All right. And ask your wife in this situation, baby. This is what me and my husband tell people all the time when you are married. Baby, how can I support you in this situation? 9 times out of 10, they didn't think about it. So they're going to say, baby, I don't know. But knowing that you want to support them in their healing journey, that thing right there, number one, is something kind of sexy. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. But you actually showing up and the actions to support is even sexier, okay? But do what needs to be done and ask them. They're going to come back to you and say, baby, you asked me this question 2 days ago or last week. This is how you can support me. I'm still trying to figure it out, but this is how you can support me. This is a good example of deeper level of communication in your marriage, all right? You know me and my husband, we're relationship counselors. We love relationship. This is the path that God has us on. But daughter, don't beat yourself up. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. I said this a few years ago. Ricky Smiley said it. I can't take credit for this. Ricky Smiley said this, and it was actually a blessing when I heard him say it. And he was speaking about different family members in the family and how you don't have that relationship. But what he said is you don't have to put up with foolishness when it comes to your family. We can still love them. God bless them. Whatever the case may be, you don't have to put up with foolishness. That relationship that you may not have with your sister or your mom or your dad or your grandparents, when you go before Yah, when you go before the Most High God, as we say in this Western world, that's the terminology that we use is God, and you pray, you're going to have that relationship. It may not be biological, but God is going to allow that relationship to form with someone else. Okay? And cherish it. Don't get mad about it. Be grateful. So you and your mom don't have that. Guess what? God will bring you someone, not another mama. You're not trying to replace your mama. So let me say that. But God will allow you to form a relationship with someone that's like a mother figure in your life. That will be a blessing to you. That's like a sister figure in your life. That will be a blessing. That's like a father figure. That will be a blessing. And you will lack for nothing. That's scripture. Okay? So, if you are in this mother-daughter wound, like I said, go get help. Do not beat yourself up. Do not allow that generational curse to pass through you. If you are a daughter right now and you and your daughter do not have the best relationship, work on it. Work on it. Start by saying, baby, let's go out to lunch. Or let's have a mother-daughter day. And if it's hard, get your counselor. Talk to your counselor before you and your baby go out, wherever you're going to go. And do some work first. And be woman enough to come and apologize. Be woman enough to say, you know what, baby, I apologize that me and your relationship is not the best. Me and your grandmother's relationship was not the best. And that was, I didn't know better, but I'm trying to do better now. I want that thing to turn around. As long as there is breath still in your body, change can happen. Let us not be stuck in our pride, but let us be stuck in change and changing for the better. Okay? So, if you allowed it to come through to you, to your gender, change it. Because you don't want a daughter that's out here in this world that's craving for that motherly bond. It's nothing like being able to pick up the phone and be like, Ma, I got a question. Ma, I love when my daughter does that, baby. She be on me like she the parent sometime. And I have to remind her. And she's like, Mommy, I have a question about this. Mommy, baby. And mommy is right there. You hear me? Whatever baby girl needs. So kudos to you. But do the work. God allowed me to speak about this on this morning. I don't know what he's going to have me speak about next week. Like I always say, Share this because it's free. It's not about the kings. It's about people getting the help and the healing that they need. This video may be their answer prayer because we haven't had conversation with people to get to know them on a deeper level. We just judge them from a surface level, and we don't know that they're going through. We're not trying to be their savior. Okay. Savior is already coming on. All right. We're not trying to be their savior, but this could be a word that can help release them. All right. So sisters, if you're in this situation, go get the healing that y'all need. Join us tonight, Marriage Mondays with the Kings, as Kenya and I are back after a 2-week break. We are going to be speaking about exhausted, but still expected to perform. How is that hindering your marriage? On KRG and 98.5 FM, The Rock at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Before I leave, one more thing. Please continue to pray for those that have been affected all around the world with all these storms and everything like that. I decided to go live this morning here in the home because it's still raining in Central Texas, okay? And from what I read yesterday, for those of you who are familiar with I-35 from Oklahoma all the way down, and I know because some of my people in Oklahoma is posting on their social medias, from Oklahoma all the way down the corridor of I-35 to San Antonio, it is flooding. It is flooding everywhere, and they're doing rescue. So please continue to pray for those who are affected, not just here in Central Texas and Oklahoma, Texas, North Carolina. I heard DC received some flooding, South Carolina and New Mexico. Lives are being lost, okay? But join us tonight, Marriage Mondays with the Kings. If you want to watch the show, please head over to our YouTube channel, Marriage Mondays with the Kings. You'll see this symbol. We ask that you please subscribe because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by December. And we got a few more months to go, and we're more than halfway there. So y'all have a blessed week. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Be a blessing and not a curse. Don't go into work with that stank attitude. If you there right now, ain't nobody got time to be, go get your healing. Go get your healing, and know that your girl Shannon will be back with you next Monday with whatever it is that God placed in my heart. So God bless you and blessings to you.